Hello people and welcome to follow now World Team Carcassonne Online Championships playoff match, the first of its kind of 2025. Now of course, last week we wrapped up the group stage and now we have the top 16 teams that did the best in there. We have China, RCP, we have Japan, Thailand, Ukraine, Latvia, Brazil, Colombia, Croatia, UK, which is the match that we are going to be covering now, Poland, France, United States, Finland, and Chile versus Italy. So, packed stuff for this week. Unfortunately, there will be some overlapping matches this week, so we will not be able to stream everything. But I'm sure our streamers, me and the others, will do the best they can to cover every match in one way or another. Now, for Croatia, United Kingdom, we have prepared something in order to honor, well, pretty much all of the playoff teams, and this will be the first of many to come. Welcome to the stream. I hope you all enjoyed the intro. There will be the intro gonna be in all playoff games, in the semifinals, in the quarterfinals, in the bronze medal match, and in the grand finals as well. Maybe slightly changed for the medal games. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. So out there, you just were able to see some of the player statistics with today's players, and they will of course be also featured in the normal spots as well with the lineups And table 1, we have Tomislav Puhinicek versus Corelli. Bluestay versus Chris Tucker on table 2, both national champions of their own countries, but in slightly different years. Then on table 3, Goran Hladek, that's vegaorion, versus Matt Healy-Rainer. Lorena Erstik on table 4 versus David Faraci. And finally on table 5, what is a brother without his secondary pair? Filip Puhinicek versus Evan G. Lim from the UK. Now, quite remarkably, UK is not using their maybe like less secret weapon of the 2023 world uh, world champion Matt Tucker, who has been having a pretty difficult season, I have to say, with having played in 2 duels as of right now, but only winning 1 game, losing 4, and yeah, I think he's just currently giving some space to his teammates, and maybe rightfully so, maybe not. This might be the final moment when Matt could have been playing, but we'll wait and see in about hour and a half maybe. Now you are able to, of course, make suggestions on which table we will follow, and we will take that into account. I am open to any table here, really. But if we have no suggestions at uh, at exactly 2 minutes or so, we will just be going with whatever I decide, and I reckon that will be going with vegaorion versus LazyBore. Vegan, who hasn't actually lost a single duel as of right now. So he's 3 out of 3, and one of the well, actually one of the many of Croatian players who have a 100% win rate. Arguably, those some of them do have a 100% win rate with only 1 duel, but a full 100 nonetheless. And just based off the win percentage of duels, Croatia is gonna be the favorite actually, which I don't know if I would have said at the beginning of the entire season, because I mean UK is just like they just have so many great players, whereas like Croatia have like some familiar uh, names, or let's say more known names, and they are like kind of eking in to I think to the like mid-ish section of uh, of the top caliber, but they are like not quite there yet. They still have a long way to climb. But they did finish undefeated in the group stage, so that is quite a lot to say actually, and it will be some formidable, um, let's say, fear that is going to cause in UK's pants. So, since we do not have suggestions for the table, we will be waiting for Vega versus LazyBore. Now, like I said, unfortunately, there are some overlapping matches, so would have definitely loved to cover all 7. 7, because of course Finland is also playing, and I am indeed going to be playing myself as well. Also, the second overlapping of the matches between China and between China RCP as well as between Japan and Thailand is like it's super unfortunate because those are two two superb matchups that I mean not only me but a lot of people would definitely want to see. And also we have a chance to see Japan versus China in the quarterfinals, which would be quite a sight to see. But we are not, we are not that far yet. Gotta make it through the round of 16 first. Also, it's taking an awfully long from a Vega to start a game, so we should be starting with others. Except that we won't because there are still no games being started, which is really weird. Even heard some bagpipes when introduced in the UK. That was actually like not intentional, but it kind of worked out. Maybe even better than I hoped for. So credit to the composer of the track for sure. Also, I'll be interested to see uh, the UK players' opinions on that, whether they can recognize the same bagpipes that some of y'all are recognizing. Okay, action is ready. Monastery for a Vega and Mats taking a city. Plus a road and also finishing it, dropping an early farmer, which I mean it's fine. It's really difficult not to get a 6-point field here and a lot of green squares. Also gets the best type of monastery for himself, and I think actually the best response from Vega is what he exactly does, taking a 2-point road. Now it does help the monastery as well, but the main point of this move is to deny an easy loop ending for the road of Matt. And that is really, really worth making basically a 1-point move instead of a 1-point move on just your monastery. Plus, you also clear out the only vacant road end from the board, so that can't really be bad, eh? Huh. Kinda smelling like a bit of lost value there for Matt. Would have honestly loved maybe like something like this here, starting a new city. Like I get the 1 point, but like you still have 3 meeples. You have easily recoverable meeples, and like when you are not taking the city, then what if you get like a tile like this or the second divider? Then you are losing out on value on the city cap. How many Scotsmen are in the UK team? That's a question that you will have to ask the UK players themselves, because I have no clue. Maybe none, maybe all. Okay, hardly all, but maybe there is. Maybe there is someone. Matt finishes the road for 5 points. And actually now this starting tile could actually work not so much in favor of Vega, because what Matt should do is to go over here, like immediately, like right now, and not to risk Vega getting a crossroad and getting his meeple free. Like just go here. Like don't take the risks. You are gonna be in a winning mini battle, just like this, and Vega is kinda gonna have to maybe even save the square himself if he gets the right type of tile to do so. And there are actually not too many of those tiles. Like, I guess the best one would be a field crossroad, because it would not then allow a continuation block from LazyBore coming maybe onto this square or maybe onto this square. We could also then drop a farmer as Gorak, and it would be, well, not like guaranteed to connect, but like it's not far from being guaranteed, like 87.5% chance of of successfully invading. Which we could do now. Like we have the best tile for us to go over here, and also to drop a farmer. And we do go here, and we do also drop a farmer. Nice. And I mean, I definitely do think that this will heavily aid Goran to keep his unbreakable winning streak due to the 3 remaining daggers still in the deck. Plus, like, even if we would not be getting those daggers, we can just get maybe even a 9-point field here, and just enjoy life with a 9-point field, because 9-point field with 1 meeple is a worthy investment. There are very rare cases in which it isn't, and like those cases are uh, basically only when there is a bigger feature to fight for, or when you are overextending your meeples at the early game, and you'll be then suffering from having a very limited amount of meeples left. Also doing a very quick city end here. I wonder if it was going to be better to go over here and be patient with this city, because it can be finished with any city cap. You can also get a meeple back from the road. You can also connect with any curves, so you won't be losing any value from those. Well, for now, you can also get a meeple back from the monastery. You could then also get a meeple back from a a triangle. Like there are so many tiles that you could get a meeple back from, and it would actually be kinda painful for Goran if Matt were to actually finish this city, especially now that he can also drop a 6-point farmer, which can then be expanded into a 9-pointer with the help of the additional city getting completed, of course. No, this is good actually. This is good. I like this. So the reason for this move is to be able to have uh, great uses for all types of city caps. So because Matt needs a city cap with a road over here, then he intentionally limits this city cap to a city cap with a field, so he can then use both types of caps to score points and to not lose value out of any caps. Also now drops a farmer and equalizes the now 9-point field. Also, pardon my negligence for the chat for now. We have had a lot of action on the board. Welcome Jose, Ian, Joseph, and Pichan, as well as Stanko. Glad to see you here all enjoying the playoffs. Monastery for Matt. Considering of taking this 8-point monastery, which is it worth it? I mean, it does look very enticing, but yeah, he decides not to. But there were actually quite many tiles there still in the deck to finish it, I think. Like 2 Doritos plus 2 vanillas. I mean, okay, so 4 tiles. Like it's not bad, right? Then you have still the daggers over here, which well, actually, the daggers are not that great as of right now because Matt also needs the daggers over here. Even though he does want to eventually, well, maybe he wants to eventually unify all the fields because Matt has currently invested 1 more meeple onto the field compared to Goran. So it is now in his control, but it's only for now because there are easy invasion options over here, which Goran is not using as of right now because he wants to be able to still enjoy his meeple advantage and to score points. Then he can go later over here with like a curve and then farm and then enjoy the fact that he has been able to successfully take advantage of the city cap as a city cap. Boar goes with a restriction onto the road and gets immediately unified to the 1-point road. Also with the dagger, so now only 1 of those remaining in the deck for Matt. I don't think he should be too worried though. Seems like actually it should be. I mean he has the city though. Like the city is gonna be scoring a lot of points if he's able to finish it. But now that I think about it, there are a lot of Doritos gone. There's only 3 remaining in the deck. So potentially, actually, what Matt was trying to go for, or try to decide, is whether he should go over here maybe and try to finish the city straight up. But yeah, the 4 points are kind of difficult to resist for sure. Getting another meeple to his hand with now 4-2 meeple disadvantage rather than 3-1, which is, or at least was, quite terrible. But 4-2 is significantly better because now what Matt is going to be able to do is he can go over here with a double field tile and claim a 12-point field, even though it can be attacked immediately from here, or maybe even from here if Gordon is going to be adventurous or decides that with the final remaining dagger it is worthwhile to unify all the fields. Gordon also brings the third farmer of his own to the mix, and now with plus 15 on the scoreboard, plus 17, plus 8. With plus 8, now attacking to the big field with a fourth farmer with 24 points, so the field is definitely big. Goran takes the 12-point field and now has the opportunity to connect to the main field also. And, the difficult part here for Matt is that he isn't really able to meeple anything because he really needs to be finishing his city, especially after this fourth farmer that will be connecting to the field only if he also gives a meeple back to Goran, which is really not that great. And therefore, likely has to figure out another option to attack the field. Maybe just going over here and dropping a farmer, even though there is only, I think, one tile to fit into this square, or maybe two. I mean, there's one regular monastery and there is maybe a vanilla. One, two, three, four. There's a vanilla, so sure. Instead goes for the city finishing move potentially, because there is still a starting tile remaining. And also there are actually two city crossroads, no? Yeah, so three tiles to fit into this square, which is actually quite a nice amount when there are only 11 tiles left in the deck. Vega goes for the fifth farmer and tries to connect through the vanilla or through the monastery, and the monastery falls immediately to the hands of Matt. So now only one tile remains onto the square. However, there are very much alternative options to Vega of simply finishing a 12-point city, getting a 6-point field, a 15-point field, and simply outscoring. Does not necessarily even have to care about the field all too much because he is losing on it at the moment with the 4-3. So the 50-50 option is over here for Goran, and it will likely be potentially winning on the spot for him. LazyBore, I want to say likely goes over here. Meeple's a 6-point field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are no curves, so there would be no option to connect to the 12 or potentially a 15-point field. But still, only 4 tiles, like Matt only has 2 tiles remaining after this turn, and so 6 points is very much calling. On the other hand, there are 6-point ruins to take anyway, but like considering that there are quick point tiles remaining, or at least a quick point tile remaining. No, there actually there are multiple. That does make me wish for this move, because LazyBore can score quick points with a vanilla and also with a city crossroad. Plus, he needs to get the vanilla anyway in order to not to lose the field, like straight up. But he goes for the blocking route, which I don't really like. Or do I? Is he actually that much ahead? He also doesn't get a blocking tile. And now this is exactly happening, like he gets a quick point tile instead, and he will now be left with a meeple surplus, maybe. Like he's now gonna be pretty much forced into taking a 6-point feature over here and just praying that he gets the vanilla on his final move. But even then, is that enough? Because Vega is +9 on the scoreboard, +1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, but this doesn't make any sense here. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Why? You have two meeples in hand. Why would you take 4 points when you can get 6 and then another 6? Like he does get the city cap also, which so it now it makes uh 4 plus 7, so 11 points. But like if he is counting on getting the city cap anyway, then like we should just take points. Like this is just a mistake in like every way possible. Because this never gets us more points than by simply taking a ruin. Because like you see here, it's 4 plus 7, because the field is his, um, versus 6 plus 6 when we get the vanilla. Also, actually no, it didn't make his blocking chances any worse, because there were two straight roads and this vanilla left, so a blocking would be available for him in any case. And the only way that Koran would be able to prevent the block is just simply getting the connection tile straight up. But like still, this is definitely a mistake. Because if we just take a city, we will net more points in every scenario. That's also true, Crafty. So because there were two straight roads left, then maybe attacking from the left was an option. But then we wouldn't get the points. And I think that if we go over here and attack with a farmer, then I'm not sure if we would actually win in points. Like we are sort of burning this, we get 11, so we would be getting like -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 27. I don't think we would be winning if we attack, even if we get the straight road. But, well, the UK player does succeed in his endeavors, at least result-wise, and takes down the first game. So currently UK leading on tables 3 and 5 actually. Also Vengilim has taken the first game point versus Filip Bohinicek. To whom we could actually take a look at. Ooh, Tate actually very close to master rank. I'm not sure if he has ever reached it, but he might have. And if not, then he is certainly gonna be close today. Okay, we are quite on time for the second game between these two players. So currently Venkilim, who is yellow, is leading 1-0. Both players with monasteries, with some cities, and very little points so far. A rather difficult looking ruin for Venkilim, or difficult looking city, should I say, at this point still. Would be needing a triple city and then some double Doritos here, maybe even triple, and then another triple city for like the most optimal finish. Otherwise, he can also finish the city with some other permutations, but it might be a bit more difficult to maneuver if you don't want to make any additional attacking platforms to the city. And he now starts with the first triple city, so that's looking good. Now considerably better chances for him actually already to finish this monstrosity looking like Endeavor. Unfortunately, he also at the same time did sacrifice some, well, actually a lot of blocking possibilities of not taking 2 points and limiting this guy to the one and only remaining triple city with a road. But I guess he figured that he can do the block with other tiles as well, to maybe just a starting tile, which is the more simpler way, and maybe also the more efficient if you think of it as like making blocks with less valuable tiles, which in this case is gonna mean straight roads and maybe regular curves, things like that. Interesting choice from the Croatian. So kind of self-restricting his road in order to not get it restricted to a crossroad. Lim going for more blocking, or not actually even blocking, because this square is impossible to block, but just going for more restrictions. However, it's going to be really awkward for Bucha here if this gets restricted into a dagger as well, because he already needs a dagger here. On top of this, oh, I think Ted might have been slipping here a little bit. Like it would have been so unbelievably juicy for Ted to go over here and limit this monastery to a dagger, this monastery to a dagger, then go here with a straight road, go here with a dagger restriction, then leave this to a dagger restriction. Oh my god, that would have been so superb for Bucha, with his opponent needing the same type of tile in every spot possible. Like he could have even gone with this over here, which I think would have been far better option than going over here, just adding 1 point to both monasteries. Like easily the more superior option to go over here, because this is the most this is the best block you can even do on this square, or let's say the best restriction, because then there are only two daggers left. One is needed here, then one is needed here, and with any other tile that you would try to potentially restrict this square, it would then be like just restricted into a road triangle, which there are still four remaining, or the city crossroad, which there still were 3 remaining. Also, now your blocking options have severely diminished as a result of this curve, which actually works so well for Pucha, because he also gets to indirectly finish the road, and which then would have actually made another purpose for this straight road, not only to restrict the this guy over here, but also to prevent this exact loop from happening from Bucha. Like, Bucha could actually be in such a deep trouble like right now if he would have only restricted everything of Bucha's features to the dagger, with the triple city over here, with the straight road over here, and now there's only one dagger remaining because just moments ago Yellow was able to also get another of those daggers for himself, using it over here to try and complete his city eventually. Puha gets the blocking platform going. Not a saving tile for Venkilim, and does the block come? There is no block as of right now, but there's also not a blocking tile in Puha's hand, so that is gonna be working well for Venkilim. Puha takes his meeple back, and now, oh my god, even the third dagger. The third dagger for Venkilim. Imagine a blocked meeple, a blocked meeple, a blocked meeple, a blocked meeple, so many blocked meeples. Oh, that would have been so painful for Pucha. I mean, it's still painful like now, because this city is blocked, and this city is gonna need. I mean, it's still actually it's very much alive. It's like actually impossible to block at the moment, because there are no daggers to fit into this square anymore, and there are like 6 tiles still that go into this square, so it's very likely that Puha will get his meeple back, but this will hurt for sure. It's another blocked meeple. Puha standing with only a mere 3-point advantage on the scoreboard, has 1 blocked meeple, 2 blocked meeples. Zed has 2 meeple advantage in his hand, has the control of the field, has this threat, even still very much alive, because Puha is not able to catch any breaks, is not able to get any blocking tiles. Like, he's getting city tiles, but they are coming with city tiles with the road on the left side, which is terrible for Puha. Now he finally gets the block going and gets at least that small sigh of relief. But there are more issues awaiting for Puha, and this is one of those issues: the immediate restriction of the city, which now prevents the meeple getting placed onto the field at the same time that Puha would potentially finish his city. So instead gets the meeple back from the road. Not sure if that was the right move though. I mean, could have just gone here, no? The city isn't actually blockable with 1 tile, but even a severe restriction of it would be quite painful for Puha if it gets restricted into a dagger, or maybe even to a road Dorito. But I mean, no, the dagger restriction would be just really more annoying. Okay, do we go here? Maybe? Like, we have 5 meeples. Surely we gotta use them somewhere. We can also maybe take a road here. But like, the not the monastery, but the 6-point field is much more calling, I reckon. Because this square cannot be blocked, I think. Yeah, at the moment it can't. Actually, it can, because there is still one road monastery and one vanilla, so you can actually block the square with either or, and then meeple a 9-point field. Why is Puha refusing to finish cities in Yellow's field? Um, I mean, but has he lost any like actual value out of the stick caps that he hasn't used for finishing a city? Like this one, he finished a monastery with and created an immediate threat of finishing the city, dropping a farmer. Like, I don't know, maybe no, this wasn't Puha's. I don't even I wouldn't even say that Puha has actually gotten all that many chances to even finish the vacant cities. I don't think he has lost much value out of his city caps. I see a straight road field meeple with a road monastery coin flip for the win coming over here. Yeah, it's a possibility. There are still one, two, three, four, five, six. Actually, 2 straight roads remaining in the deck for yellow to unify the road meeple, the field meeple like this. He can also go here with a couple back-to-back tiles and unify from the right, although that's slightly less efficient. Puha going for another farmer, which I do like, has the option to not only unify the meeple from the right, but also from the same monastery spot as he has the chance to unify his first farmer from. So maybe even a monastery here, you meeple it, a monastery here, you meeple it, if you have 2 vacant meeples, that is, of course. Okay, I mean, interesting choice. Oh, Puka has only 1 meeple, so I would actually go here. I would, but the question, yeah, I mean, he does go, but the question is he actually behind enough that he should go for the 9-point flips here? He might be. Equal points, plus 8 gonna be for Puha now. Also, the road monastery connection is now gone for this guy, but that's fine because we are aiming for this anyway. And I'm pretty sure actually that yellow would also go for this monastery because this field is worth 12 points. These fields are worth 15 points, so it would actually be a 12-point move for yellow anyways. As and For Puha, actually only a 6-point move. So not exactly sure if that monastery idea is gonna be working in favor of Venkilim after all. Sorry for Puha. But he has other ideas up his sleeve, huh? He's trying to get, I guess, a Rotorito and connect with the third farmer. Also gonna be getting a meeple back from this. Do you meeple this even? I mean, he might. Yeah, he does meeple it. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, there's a road to Rizzo. Are there any other road to Rizzos? One, two, three. There are actually still two more road to Rizzos. Wow. Okay. Bring it on. But the second one goes to Venkilm also. So now only one remaining. And this now gets dicey when only a 50-50 shot remains for Bucha to connect with this farmer and maybe with this farmer also. But actually, the remaining tiles in the deck are maybe all actually really good for Bucha. So there are two monasteries. Then there's a road to Rizzo, right? Um, what else? Like, I don't know, city cap. Well, there's the monastery. Is there a crossroad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's a crossroad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and oh no, there's not. No, there's not. So full block by Bucha. And now, do we connect as Ted? Because momentarily, at least, it is plus 15 points actually at this moment. But, no, sorry, still plus 12. But if the road to Rizzo hits, we are like just absolutely lost. I think. Finish the 5-point loop at the right with a dagger instead of cleaning off a city cap, and just use a simple curve to finish that road instead. Yeah, talking about this dagger, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he was low. He was like low on meeples, and actually, you do make a good point. So, like, was there actually a potential use for that second meeple after all, like immediately? Maybe not even. But like two meeples is two meeples, right? So it just gets you more freedom. Puha connects his first farmer. Now there is a monastery and then something else. Actually, two other something else tiles. One is seemingly a curve, which is used for Ted to get a meeple back, and now the monastery comes and Puha has won this game by gazillion points. Absolutely by a gazillion points, and also a very fine a note there by Puha with connecting this farmer. It was not only to wish for the monastery, but also simply to guarantee that he will be getting a parity on this 15-point field with well at least a parity or at least equality on the field on the 15-point field in any case, because he could then use one of the two remaining curves to unify his second farmer over here, or he can use the monastery. And yeah, as a result of winning a very juicy field of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 27 points, there's not much that Ben Gillim can do. But it's not over. It is a decider time. Furthermore, we have a lot of updates to do. We have also a decider on table 3 with Goran Hladek and Matt Healy-Rainer. Then we have 1-0s on all the other boards with 1-0 for the second Bohinicek of brothers. We have 0-0. We have 0-0-0-1 in favor of Chris Tucker on table 2 versus Swarmir Vlaich. And then we have also 0-1 in favor of David Faraci on table 4 versus Lorena Erstig. So currently it's a very, very even match with no match points yet on the board. Since we have now currently been featuring pretty finely only full games, I reckon we can do one more with the decider between the Bohunicek brother and Venigili. Somehow I always manage to forget which one was Philip and which one was Tomislav, even though their names should be pretty telling, with Tompa being Tomislav and okay, well, with Puha I don't know where he gets the HA, but I will learn. I will learn slowly to remember. Why not put the city cap up, preventing a coin flip and preventing the fields getting connected, which favors blue. Yeah, talking about the 9 point hamster spot which was created by Puha. But I think that at that point he might have felt like he was not doing so great. Like I think he was feeling like he is seriously going to be needing the full field for himself and maybe even win some key coin flips like the monastery there because of his worse meeple situation. Okay, we have some ladder formations here, which is going to be a bit of a pain for Puha to build. Now, of course, it's only Puha's interest to place anything here, unless it is a divider, in which case Venkilim will be almost for certain, I want to say, gonna be going here and dropping a farmer, but he doesn't get the chance. Instead, Puha strikes with the cow, and I would say that it comes very understandably a second meeple from Venkilim to the city. Unfortunately, the draw is pretty horrendous for Venkilim as Puha gets another triple city, which there are now only 2 remaining in the deck. One with a road, one with a field. So not that great chances for Ted to actually connect, but he does get to pay respects. Leaves the city unmeepled, which I don't really like, but I guess worse things could happen. He leaves the city unmeepled because he's like kind of afraid of getting something over here by Puha and then getting his city restricted and getting this one blocked as well. Starting tile for Puha, and it is a wonderful, wonderful tile. Now, do we save the connection or do we just take 4 points? Because like these 4 points do seem calling, and it is what Ven decides to do. And I guess I have to agree, because he is in a really bad spot, to be honest. 1 point city, a 3 point road, 6 point ruin, which I don't see getting finished at any point. And then shared features at best. Also 6 points behind on the scoreboard. Puha Mipul's a 9 point field and is now winning the mini battle with the monastery versus the 1 point city, to which there are still 2 daggers remaining, but yeah, I figured Ted is not really into making a saving move onto his city with this tile, which is understandable. Now, a bit on a bit more unfortunate side, another triple city to goes to Bucha, and that's really bad news for Ted. Only has 1 tile to go here. Now, though he can still save the connection, and maybe if he is feeling like super adventurous, he goes here, he points downwards, and he adds a meeple. Oh my god! Oh my god! Adventurous he is, as I mean, don't get me wrong. He still has plenty of tiles to go here. He has all 3 extenders, all 3, but it's all first of all relying on this 50-50. So his chances of simply completing this city at any point are somewhere in the vicinity of 40%. And that's if he does not get blocked over here, which he doesn't. But does he meeple anything here? He does meeple, but uh, if he's unlucky, he might be walking into a trap here. Well, he does get the meeple back, so it's still unfortunate stuff for him, because his city is very easily blocked here. Well, not blocked, but heavily restricted to the dagger, which he already needs. However, a dagger is not the way that Puha sees this going, so instead restricts the city to the 1 remaining vanilla and a tube divider. Well, technically also 2 extenders, but the extenders are going to go first and foremost here. There's also a chance for a bailout. So if Puha gets the triple city with the field, then potentially Ted will be able to go here with a tube divider and take out this meeple. Because I don't think these 7 points, or like 7 extra points, are gonna be worth the meeple in a situation where we see a 9 point field, actually like more like a 12 point field, and then another field even here forming. So if the triple city does come into Puha's hands, it is gonna be, I would say, even vital for Venkilim to bail out of the plan and try to get his hands on the tube divider. Not a fact, just an observation that I would likely do myself. So keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. The quick scoring is nice though. The quick scoring is nice, and it will help us on our quest. And we will actually very much need that help if our plan fails. And what if we get the tube divider first? No, actually that's totally fine because then we just go over here and wait for the extenders. Because if we get this, and if we are going to be able to finish the city and drop a farmer on a 9-point field, I mean, we are going to be really golden here. And I'm not even over exaggerating, I think. We restrict ourselves to the one final vanilla, which is fine. Let's actually take a look at the point count at this stage. With +1 for yellow on the board, with +2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -3, +4, +5, -2, -11, -19, -25, -12 or something. So as nice as this field is, we are still in not that great of a spot. I think we are still behind like 6 or 7 points, which I mean, but we can score those though. The issue now is that like we do of course always have this as as an option, as a potential like totally a winning feature. But then we can also score over here with maybe additional extenders. We can also maybe even attack the 9-point field. We get the extender. That's the first part of the plan. Now, do we get the cow? If we get the cow, then that should definitely be game here. Like most certainly. Because this city is just gonna be so juicy. With 10 tiles remaining, that Puha will just simply not have enough firepower or features on the board to really climb that difference back. Nice move actually by Venkilim, trying to utilize his meeple advantage, or rather Puha's meeple shortage, and saving this 6-point city from from getting blocked, because there were still, or was, a starting tile remaining in the deck, and it was not really any good for Puha with having no meeples, so he wouldn't be able to score for the city. Now, important is that we don't go here, because it's actually like +2 to us at most if we take it, and we would also be giving a meeple back to Puha, which we definitely don't want to do. And I mean, we're just doing fine. We are +15 now, +22, 23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 8. Like, we are actually, well, actually, we are still -2. Somehow we are still negative points. Oh, but we get the cow, and holy moly, did this gamble pay off here for us? And yeah, this is just an instant win on the spot. And actually, it's also very nice because you can count the points like this, so you are not getting just double the points. Um, like you are not just getting the the basic double points for the city, but you are also taking away the points from your opponents, which is always just that extra bit of niceness there, if I do say so myself. Even better is when you are like losing a ruin or a city like 2-1, and then you are attacking from one spot with two meeples, and then you get the necessary tile, and then you basically get triple points for the city. It's basically like having the church or the cathedral from the expansions in your city, but in your base game, which it's just the best feeling, just getting a nice juicy like a 50 or 60 point move, like ah. Okay, Puha trying to make some final moves here, but like, yeah, it's just not gonna be enough, obviously, after this monstrosity of like, I don't know, 30, 40 points, whatever that this demon is. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 28, 31 points. Holy! 31 points. And also the additional fields, but unfortunately the momentum of the double fields doesn't last for long. What the? Okay, chill out, Bucha. Taking a 3-point field instead of making a 11-point move. I mean, not that it's going to change the outcome, but like, I mean, come on, just do the better move. Because at the moment these three cities are scoring double the points, 9 for this meeple and 9 for this meeple. But if you unify, of course, they will only be scoring a 9 total. UK taking a match point on table 5, and judging by the chat, it seems that Puha thinks they have already lost. But I mean, I haven't been updated, so I can't say anything about that just yet, but I'm sure we'll get the answer soon enough then. And soon enough we do, as oh boy, oh boy, it is indeed the decisive duel, and unfortunately Croatia, who was doing so incredibly well this season by going undefeated in their group, which was definitely not from the most easy from the easiest end, having Latvia, having Taiwan, having Tunisia, and having Belgium in there, and just swooping all the way through, 4 wins in the group stage, and UK just basically doing the bare minimum with their um, uh, with their group stage performance of I think they ended up at as 15th. Pretty sure they came before RCP, but still 2 wins out of 4 matches and getting to the playoffs with tiebreakers. But hey, sometimes you just gotta do the bare minimum and then actually start rolling in the playoffs. And looks like the UK chose wisely with their lineup today, and was not really let's say underrepresented, even though they didn't have their former world champion playing. And who knows, maybe Maybe Matt is just. I mean, either Matt is giving everyone a chance to show what they're really made of, and it paid off big time. Maybe he just feels like he's not in the best, you know, mood, in the best spot regarding his performance thus far, or maybe UK just wants to simply um, like give an equal chance more or less to all of their players. Like they want their like they want all of their players to be able to actually play and not just sit and watch from the sidelines. And well, the results you can see it they are working. They are very much working. Actually, you can't see the results just yet, but now you can see the results as Croatia gets 2 match points on by winning on tables 1 and 3 by Tomislav Puhinicek as well as Goran Hladek. But UK responding with the brother of the former world champion, with Chris Tuckers, with David Faragis, and with Ben Keelim's wins. Now, do you know that none of these players are obviously new to Carcassonne, so there aren't really any like real upset wins, dare I say, at least in this specific duel. Maybe we'll see some upsetty wins further down the line in the playoffs, or maybe everyone just sticks to, I don't know, 5, 6, 700 rated players, and we'll see just the boring style of every best player playing in all matches. I doubt it though. I doubt it. Congratulations to the United Kingdom. Unfortunately, I haven't prepared extras for winning teams, but maybe that is something that we will be doing in the future. Maybe for semis, maybe for even quarters. But I think for sure I will be do some do some extra spice and sauce for the bronze medal games and for the grand finales on top of what you have already seen in the very early stages of the stream. Something in between those lines, I reckon, is what you can expect more or less. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we are not going to be too busy with everything else going on at the moment in my life, which is not much. We are fully focused on WTCOC at the moment. And when I say fully focused, I mean fully focused. Once again, congratulations to the UK for advancing as the first team to the quarterfinals, where you potentially further on in further on in the tournament you might okay. What? Oh, Jesus, I know Ukraine is tough, but 10-1 versus Latvia. 10-1. I know they are tough, and I know Latvia didn't choose this draw. I know they didn't get to choose their round of 16 opponent, but holy smokes, did Ukraine roast the absolute heavenly daylights out of Latvia with 5-0 win. Like they just held a barbecue, man. My goodness gracious. Oh, well, if you do want to see Ukraine Latvia, um, and what really what went down what went down there, I suggest y'all watch the stream of Utsumatse later on, and also seems like Devaka is or has also streamed that. So I shall also congratulate Ukraine on advancing to the quarterfinals. From the sideline, say hey, and yeah, well, commiserations to both Croatia and Latvia. Seems like maybe it's the curse of Group G, as both of the playoff uh, qualifiers. Well, anyways, both teams that qualified to the playoffs from Group G are immediately knocked out. Um, ouch, that's rough. But that's where we are gonna be. That's where we will be wrapping up this stream. Oof. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking all the way until the end. Thank you for the great viewership of roughly 30 people all the way through. And if you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, which you do seem to do, then there's an easy way to support the channel by subscribing on it or by liking the stream. The next matches that will take place are going to be the on Sunday. Unfortunately, 4 matches. What a weird starting time, 21:01. But the next matches that are going to take place are going to be either Japan, Thailand, or China RCP. I haven't decided just yet because they are overlapping, but yeah. So four matches on Sunday, and I will certainly be waiting y'all there. So feel free to join on Sunday. Bye for now.